Alrighty, welcome back to the Silver Lantern Archives. We join today for Draconic Ascent. We are going to rejoin our party after the debacle they got themselves into last session. Anybody got an idea of what that was and what trouble y'all are in now? Also, before we get to that, I unfortunately have to inform everyone that we have lost two of our members. One was Radiford and one was Barley. So unfortunately, they will not be continuing on with us, but they will always be welcome to return in future. Now, back to the recap. What you got for me?
I could take this one if you guys don't mind.
Go ahead.
Right ahead.
What's up?
So, after returning to the keep for a night of rest after a hard-fought battle with several baby dragons in tow, our party celebrated a bit in the medical ward, while some of the more serious-minded of us spoke with Governor Nighthill concerning war strategy and our next move. Over the course of the night, Nimi returned and uh, spent time with the baby dragons, talking about them of their life in captivity under the draconic forces we fought, and during which Reuben was taken away temporarily by the mystical, magical, all too terrifying devourer sheep for a rather unsettling ritual that resulted in him acquiring a mystical monocle and mustache that only others can see. In the course of his confusion at everyone seeing this mustache monocle combo and he not being able to see it, he went around from party member to party member accusing them of being responsible and ultimately falling on Nimi when the others pointed out a good bit of head magic logic, pointing it in her direction.
All the torch lighting.
Exactly. When Reuben went to confront them, Nimi's tiny deer familiar stood between the two, growing to actual deer size, and eyes aglow red. It then mysteriously vanished, and Nimi, losing control of her abilities, lashed out at the party as a force seemed to possess her. We fought, we combated, and eventually uh, she was able to be brought back under control, be able to regain control of her abilities. And as the dust settles, we pry a few guards and ourselves out of the nearby walls. And that is where we continue.
Enough, go ahead and take your hero point. Now that we have returned, Nimi has been taken away and secured, while much of the party is still in shambles. Axie herself is still down, and you see Merlin as well has collapsed. Next to you, Ruben, Aether is still slammed into the wall a little bit, and Toshinori has not risen.
Ruben is grasping his head in pain a little bit from his own injuries, but with Aether being the closest nearby, he'll reach out and uh, in an attempt to pry him out of the wall.
Roll me an athletics check.
Okay. That is 23.
You do manage to yank them out. You see there's a good bit of blood coating where they were pinned in the wall.
That don't look too good. Ruben will reach down and give him 3 points of lay on hands to stop the bleeding.
Fair.
Oh, I was going to hand Ruben a good berry to give to her.
Toss it over to Toshinori. He looks pretty worn out himself.
Vidar will rush over and do that.
And you see, even after you feed him, Toshinori does not regain consciousness.
Can I do a medicine check to make sure that he's still alive?
Oh yeah, you can still see him breathing somewhat, but he does not wake back up.
Okay, as long as he's alive, and that's all that matters.
So as part of the lay on hands, Ruben's just giving a couple like uh, pats against the side of the face, like, Aether, come on, wake up.
He doesn't budge.
All right, I'm gonna need a little help getting them to the sick bay.
Yeah, I was gonna say Vidar would pick up Toshinori to carry and ask where to carry him.
You see the
I
guards point you towards the medical wing to the south, as they are moving to gather up Axie and the others.
out of curiosity, does it look like Ruben would be able to pick up Ether with these?
Not with ease, no.
Okay. Are there any guards nearby? I think I see a guard directly south of us.
Yeah, he's moving forward to help with Axie. Specifically.
Ruben, it looks like you need some help. Allow me to go find some. Oh, there you are, Tarquil. Could you help him carry our drunk friend? Thank you.
Hey, no problem. Hold off, Ruben. I'll take care of it. And Torque will like pick up Axie and off them, tap them over his shoulder.
Axie's already been taken in. That's Aether.
Oh, Aether, sorry.
Thanks, big guy.
No, worries me, man.
For some theater of the mind knowledge, by the way, if possible, Vidar will 100% pick up Toshinori bridal style and carry him that way.
Fair.
Don't
You
close your
two-timer, anyway.
I had to say it.
Vidar, you feel he is much heavier than you would have thought he was, despite his size. He's a decently tall dude, but he is a lot thicker than he looks.
All right, Leonardo. While they got everyone else, I need you to do me a small favor. Go
Mhm.
get Bonnie. Maybe she knows what happened with Nimi.
Uh, just a double check. You said Barley, right?
Bonnie, actually, the artificer.
Bonnie. Okay. I don't know why you're low for me.
Oh, let me see about adjusting my volume.
Your audio is fine on my end.
Okay.
Let's see. I'm
Yeah,
currently at
I will
60%
grab the
input.
Bonnie.
You don't know where Bonnie is, Loretta.
I don't know where Bonnie is.
Well, she's an artificer, some kind of gunsmith, or whatever. So try looking over at the forges, any place that they do metal work. She'll probably be nearby there.
Oh, ask
You,
around
on
as
the other
well.
hand, actually are familiar with Bonnie and saw her run up after Axie got thrown.
Oh, yeah.
You saw her on the rooftops.
Yeah, last I saw, she was up on the rooftop. So go over that building over there, and
Yes, I will. I will certainly see if she is willing to come down of her own accord. And Bonnie, Miss Bonnie.
No voice comes back down to meet you.
Oh gosh, if you make me climb up, I'm. Oh gosh. Okay. Ugh. She's gonna go through here. I'm assuming she's not inside.
No.
And then she's gonna climb the stairs.
That brings you to the
Or
second floor of
whatever.
that house up there, but not up to where you're trying to get.
Is there like a roof access on the second floor?
No, not that you see.
Um, she I'm assuming there is a window like on the second floor.
Yeah,
Maybe not a balcony. I'm not sure.
not about me, but there is a window.
Okay. She's gonna stick her head out the window and like turn up and just sort of yell again, Bonnie, uh, could you please come down of your own accord?
Only silence is your answer once again.
Is the silent answer a sign that you are very fine and that I don't have to do anything else?
Yet again, you get an affirmative silence.
Thank you for letting me know. I'll get a ladder. There's no ladder up here, is there?
Not that you see.
I'm gonna. I'll go ahead and dash out the front door. And this guard is here, right?
No, they are not. They currently were helping move people.
Fuck. Hmm.
Everything all right up there?
Oh, yeah. You know what? I just spoke to Bonnie. She said that she is very fine and that we should trust and that she will be coming down as soon as possible.
I feel
And
like I should incite this.
Go ahead.
crazy.
It's
Natural
contested.
one.
You don't need to.
Why
Never
would you
mind.
never lie to me?
I think Loretta beat you just with their charisma score. So, Ruben,
And
you think it's fine? You've been through a lot. Bonnie's been a very steady hand. Been through a lot. When the party was resting, she's always out working. She's the one that first hired you, so you have a relatively good opinion of her. And if she says she's fine, well, she's probably doing something important.
Yes, you don't have
alrighty
to
then.
worry about a single thing. I'm just gonna go up to the tallest tower around here for no reason whatsoever.
Oh, if you see Night Hill, send him my way. I feel like we got some explaining to do.
Sure, yeah. After I deal with this.
Ruben, I believe you either saw or were informed. No, you weren't there. Never mind.
I'm gonna be going up this tower to see if I can look down at this rooftop.
Yeah, you can see it from there, and you see there is a good bit of blood pooling on that corner.
Oh, do I see a body?
No.
Hmm.
And from where you can't tell if it's old or it's fresh, because you can see a good bit of blood from everywhere you are.
But can I see the entire rooftop, or is it only like a section of it?
You can see most of the rooftop. The only part you can't see are right next to the defensive walls on top of that building.
Okay. Ooh. Wall. That's a wall there. Ooh. Moonrise is gonna come down a tower, and then I don't know if Ruben would still be there, but she'll just kind of casually try to walk past and just kind of go, "Oh, hi, Ruben. Hello, Vidar. For no reason whatsoever. You wouldn't happen to know a very quick and easy way to get to the western wall, would you?"
I mean, best way I can think of is heading up the stairs over there, and it's just going around that way.
Oh, brilliant! Thank you so much. I need to go there to get high. Yes.
Out of character. That was painful.
Oh my god. By the way, before Lunaretta starts to walk off, Vidar will ask, would you need some help with anything?
Uh,
Yeah, how are the
yes,
two looking?
actually.
'Cause they got bloody markers.
You're a furball, right?
He will nod his head.
Okay. Uh, you know a thing or two about doing stuff while high, right?
There are so many different connotations to that.
Vidar will kind of
Continue.
look around and go, I don't know how this land feels about that, so
Okay. Well, you know what? For no reason whatsoever, let's say that we need to go up to the rooftop and let's say that there's a box, right? You'd be very willing to carry it for me, right?
Oh, you meant that type of high. Yes, I can assist you with that. Yes, lead the
Oh,
way.
I will be getting high at the end of this. Do not do not mistake me. You see, the thing about it is that it's a double entendre. You see,
Well, there goes our monetization.
Shh, I'm not monetized anyway. Continue on.
it's just weed.
But Ruben, are you just watching them go, or are you looking at this going, "What the fuck"?
And naturally, he watches them head off and then just kind of like grumbles under his breath a little bit. I mean, what the hell happened? Before he starts to make his way over to the sick bay to check on everyone.
Once you two get up there, Lunaretta, you immediately see what was making that pool of blood. As you see, Bonnie has slumped just in the corner, which is why you couldn't see her from above. And you see there is a lot of blood surrounding her.
Oh no, Bonnie! She assured me with full confidence that she was perfectly fine. We must get her
Vidar,
to medical bay, and thankfully you have such big, strong arms. Hey, what a coincidence! You can reach her very easily here.
yep. Vidar will jump over there, grab her, and try and judge how much it'll hurt to just jump down instead of going the long way around.
Jumping off what is effectively a 3-story building is going to hurt.
That's about
Probably more than 8
worth of damage,
HP
right?
worth of hurt, so he'll go the long way.
Yeah.
But he will grab Bonnie and run
You
like
see
hell back.
there is blood pooling out of a wound just underneath her rib cage. Off to the left, there is blood coming from her mouth, her nose, her ears, and from the tear ducts of her eyes.
Does
Would
it
I be
look
able
like?
to?
Oh, go ahead, Lunaretta.
Oh yeah. Would I be able to tell if like a single healing word would be effective for like slowing it down?
Not from where you are.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say. Does it look like she needs something done now, or does it look like it would be okay to run back to the medical bay and have someone a bit more trained do it?
Well, the first important thing is she's not breathing.
Oh, okay. Good berry or medicine check, whichever one needs to happen first.
Medicine check would be the better.
Okay. And damn it, I don't have any hero points, so I can't get advantage, so flat medicine check. Oh, thank God.
She's not breathing. Her eyes are unresponsive to the light, and you don't feel a pulse. She is also cold to the touch.
Oh shit!
And I'm assuming since I am untrained in medicine, there is nothing I can do.
As far as you can tell, that's a corpse, not a person.
Ah! I'm still going to grab her up as gently as possible, and quickly run back and take her to the med bay, honestly, in some kind of hopes.
Sure. Vidar, do you say anything as you come bursting in with a very bloodied Bonnie?
I will say no pulse, attention now. And hope there's someone who's trained in medicine.
This is the medical wing. You see Juniper, who has been caring for this party for a while and has just been in here, is immediately going to move over, check on Bonnie, and start working there. Ruben, you see them. You've already entered the building at this point by the time they come dashing in. What do you do when you see Bonnie get carried in and hear that from Vidar, but nothing from Lunaretta?
Ruben is a little stunned. He's been kind of processing all of the craziness that's happened since literally less than 5 minutes ago. And when he hears those words, like his pupils dilate a little bit as that's when they shrink, right?
Dilates when they grow.
Dilate. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. As he's getting a little bit of flashes of previous deaths in his life, and uh, he kind of like slams a hand on the side of the door to steady himself a bit.
It's at that point you get a good look at the state of the party. Axie unconscious and scorched. Nimi unconscious and still kind of oozing a little bit of that black aura, just a little. Uh, Aether on her chest, unconscious, her back, all kinds of torn up. Ivani unconscious and not moving. Toshinori in the same state. Now Bonnie being shown with no pulse.
Also, talking from a player's perspective, doesn't Vidar technically have a huge fucking hole in his his lower stomach or something like that?
Yeah, you do. It's healed to the point where it's mostly sealed itself back up because I think somebody used magic on you. Did they not?
I honestly
No,
cannot
I don't think
remember.
you did. So yeah, you're still
Yeah.
openly bleeding as well. So you're pretty sturdy, but you are seriously wounded. And that's when it hits you yet again. But Ruben, out of everybody you started this adventure with, you are the only one on your feet right now.
Yeah, Ruben's really feeling the weight of the party on his back right now.
You do see your buddy Aku still standing. He is currently assisting Juniper with looking in after other people, as you also see Merlin is unconscious.
Ruben will make his way over towards Ku and ask, "What's the status report? How's everyone holding up?"
I have no idea. I just got told to make sure they're all still breathing.
Well, are they?
For now, Nemi's not, and apparently Bonnie's not. She has no pulse. But everybody else is still breathing as far as I can tell. Aether and Toshinori are both breathing pretty shallowly, though.
I don't know if it's too late to call it, but could you possibly estimate when Bonnie stopped breathing?
If I stop and try to figure that out, they might would not be able to pull him back. If you would step back and get out of the way, I think we're going to need to take her in surgery.
Yes, because I have certainly done enough. Yep.
As you see Juniper and with the assistance of Aku move Bonnie on to a gurney and move her deeper into the wall, the three of them disappearing for a moment. It isn't long before Aku comes back, but Bonnie and Juniper do not for the moment. There are a couple other medics moving around that start getting a lot of y'all bandaged up. Getting the wound on Vidar's stomach closed up to help it heal, and making sure there's no other serious injuries within the party.
If any of them come toward Torquil, he's gonna wave them off like, I'm fine.
Honestly, Vidar will kind of do something similar, going, "Oh, it's not that big of a deal," as it's probably very clear that he's barely on his feet.
Oh, the fucking nurse doesn't even fucking take another blink. They snap in front of y'all's fingers, and you'll see they snap their fingers in front of Vidar's face, and Vidar drops like a puppet with their strings cut as they cast sleep on Vidar, who doesn't have the HP to fight it.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
see there? That's why you don't lie to nurses.
If she casts sleep, that's gonna take out the whole party.
They're nurses. They have a targeted version.
It's called anesthesia.
It's weaker than the actual spell and won't really work too well in combat, but for people that are already injured and being difficult, he knocks those buggers right out.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't even bloody, so I'm fine.
Yeah. Vidar's got a hole in his chest, so they're dealing with that.
yeah. Yeah.
I'm
Vidar's
assuming
just
the,
stubborn because of his mom.
I assume the medics will need a little extra strength for getting Vidar into a bed, so Urban will end that and take the opportunity to give him another 2 points of lay on hands as they help move him into bed.
They actually
Just
stop
something
you
to help
from doing
people.
so.
Hmm?
We need to clean out the wounds before using any magic. Things might have got in, and it may start an infection that we can't get to. We thank you for your assistance, but this is a medical ward, and we will make sure they are in good condition.
Right. Sorry about that. I just want to be of help.
We
Tell me
understand.
if there's anything I can do. Just
Keep an eye on your friends. The other ones should be fine to use your magic on. This one, well, they got speared through. We need to make sure they are clean and safe, or else things might go wrong.
I'll do what I can.
We thank you for your assistance. Stay safe. We do not need anyone else hurt, especially if we lose your group. Well, you're seen as a bit of heroes here. I can't imagine what it's going to do to the morale around here if you end up all dying. So, the best way you can help, stay the fuck alive.
It's Ruben kind of clenches his hand a little bit as he has a bit of pain in saying this. It's what I do best.
Good. Too many young heroes know how to die too damn well. We need more that know how to stay alive. As they are going to
Don't
set
worry,
back
I'm an
to work.
absolute coward.
As there is a flurry of motion around you, y'all are kind of shunted off to the side as they move around caring for the different hurt individuals.
Turco's gonna step out because he has no real input when it comes to medical shit. He's gonna see if he can help around the fortress a little bit.
The guard actually holds out a hand. With the Heroes group here?
Hey, newer edition, but hey.
No addition or no. Would you please stay in the medical ward? We don't want you getting targeted if we don't have to risk you.
I'm feeling kind of in the way in there. Small quarters, big man, you know what I mean?
That's why we're keeping guard out here. We need big people with the right weapons to keep them safe. Think you can do that for us?
Hey.
Thank you.
Let me.
We'll watch from
let me
out here, and if they get through us, they'll have to deal with you.
Yeah. I pity them if they do. All right.
I
Stay
pity
safe.
me if they do. Ain't no hell deep enough for what happens to them if they go after you again.
Torquil claps the guard on the shoulder as he walks back in. Good man, good man.
As you see, there is actually a team of guards now guarding this area. Not just the solitary guard. There's about 20 of them that are taking up defensive positions around the medical wing itself.
Torquil will mutter as he walks back in. A lot of people for us.
Yeah, but to keep us safe, or to keep us in.
Oh, it's like they're treating us like royalty.
I don't know about you lot, but it makes me feel odd being treated like that. I only just joined you.
Well, I suppose I am quite used to crowds myself, adoring fans as such. But honestly, having a lot of people doting on us usually isn't ever really bad. You just have to watch out for the more overzealous ones. You get my drift.
Ruben, it's about this time you also remember one of the other times you worked closely with the guard where they were kind of acting in this protective way. you remember when they brought y'all down to the dungeons and the misadventure that happened then that led to the murder of that kobold.
Yeah, the whole situation has not been weighing too well on Ruben. Being surrounded by people who are near dead, dying, and being surrounded by guards at the same time, it brings back some unpleasant memories. But he's pushing through them for the sake of the party.
Uh, uh, am I able to like? I assume you're not like trying to hide how distraught you are.
Oh no, he doesn't have the strength to put on airs. Like he is like visibly shaking.
Oh, oh, Ruby, you don't have to look so down. I mean, think of it this way. Uh, uh, you know, the majority of us are still alive and breathing.
Yeah, that. Well, I'm not too worried about that. We're troopers like that. I'm more worried about, well, I don't know what happened with Nimi. Like, they're, they're like, dear babysitter, familiar thing. I don't know, it never did that before. And she never did that before.
Well, have you ever confronted Nimi like that before?
Well, not directly, no. I mean, I've had some standoffish moments with some folks in the party here and there, but, well, was was this my fault? Did I do this? Could Bonnie be dead because of me?
No, no, you can't put that on yourself. I mean, come on. You're in the short time I've known you, you have stood firm as the rock, albeit a small rock, of the entire group. And you know what? You know what? Even though you're a small rock, uh, the analogy is getting a bit confused, but they're still pretty tough if you think about it.
Yeah, you say that like
Yeah.
it's a good thing, though.
Hey, Ruben, can I get an investigation check real quick?
Can do. 10.
Because
Not
at
too
that
bad,
point, you
given.
realize Lunaretta said they had just spoken to Bonnie, meaning their attacker had to have been seen them seconds after they left. Which gives a good chance for Bonnie. There's also the chance that Lunaretta saw or was involved in what happened. Or likely saw. But
Wait, hold the phone for a sec. You
Mhm.
spoke to Bonnie?
She gave me a answer regarding her state.
Torque was gonna look over at Bonnie, like the sheer damage, the sheer fuckery that she has gone through, and then look at Loretta.
Bonnie is not
I
currently in the room.
Oh, I thought they were in this bed over here.
No, they
They
got pulled
moved
out
her.
because of how bad the situation was, and they disappeared into a door.
Oh well, did the Torque see Bonnie's state?
Oh yeah, you saw she's a bloody mess.
That was a lot of blood to just happen within a few seconds of talking to her.
She could have stubbed her toe there. I don't know.
Stop. I'm investigating the shit out of that.
That would be insight, not
Insight.
investigation. But
Oh, good. I have advantage. I'm not advantage. I have what's the word?
Proficiency.
Proficiency in insight.
I also need a
Fuck.
perception or a
What I close
deception
my
private from
yeah.
Lunaretta.
Wait, hold on. I need to open up. Gosh.
You also have
Yeah, it
disadvantage
needs to
on
be
this one
private,
because
right?
That was a really shit lie.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. No, I had another lie in the tank. Hold
Damn, I
on.
don't have
This is
it.
disadvantage, right?
Yeah, disadvantage. You might still beat Torpor.
Okay. And it needs to be hidden.
Yes. Whisper.
Oh,
Yeah,
fuck.
Torquor's was also supposed to be hidden, as was Ruben's.
Yeah. Well,
I haven't made mine
Would-
yet. I'm kind of
Okay.
writing out the natural one.
Insight.
Like, you can bleed out your eyes from stubbing your toe.
Insight, deception, and
There's a button.
persuasion,
I don't
or
know.
it should be.
It's a deception. Yeah, it's a fucking lie.
I know.
What,
You're not supposed to
where's
tell
the
anyone.
button for
We
it?
all know it's a lie, though. Where's
Oh
the
yeah.
to make hidden should be at the top. Is it not showing?
It should be.
No,
There should be a
Okay, let me
word
show it.
public and GM.
Yeah, I might have to turn it
it's
on.
not there
Give me
for
a
me.
second.
Yeah.
I'll turn it on. I'm waiting for the computer
thank
to
you.
boot up.
Is it under the settings like modifier, like that little gear wheel, or
Yeah, I just turned it on.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Got it. Thank you. All right, and then super deception
Remember, you have
with
disadvantage.
a disadvantage.
Corporal, despite the stub, it seems to be an individual who really doesn't know much about medicine and the like. Just like something could have happened, I don't know. So, yeah, you get the feeling, especially after everything that just happened, they might be in a state of shock and going on. But it seems they seem just stressed, and they're giving whatever they can think of. Ruben, you on the other hand see the gleam in her fucking eye. You know this bitch is knowingly lying about something.
Ruben lets out a sigh as he says, "Look, my anger and everything, it's spent. It got us into the situation. I'm not gonna press too hard, but please don't lie to us about this. It's too serious."
All right, Ruben, I will be completely and utterly honest with you.
Next
Due
line.
to the fact that you are very much a good friend to everyone here, you're a caring brother-like individual to everyone, and you have been one of the nicest individuals I have met thus far. Just hand on shoulder, I want you to understand something. That I have not done a day of manual labor in my entire life. And I really didn't want to make the trip up there. I'm very sorry.
Save for, the couple of weeks in which you were a prisoner forced to hard labor in a mine.
I was literally just about to say.
But go ahead.
That was different.
Go ahead, Ruben.
Okay, I know that's a lie because we literally saved you from a wreck prison camp.
Well, yeah, but it's like I have the choice not to. Listen, you can't victim blame. That's very mean.
Orange lighting with tanks.
Ah. I mean, like, we don't like. We don't know if they died. There's no way they died because of me, right? There's no way.
Not any more so than they died because of me and Nimi.
Or they could have died due to the well, the I was about to say the piece of shit who put them on the roof, but I don't want to do that either. They could have just simply gone injured by pure bad luck. And it could be completely no one's fault.
Let's try to put it out of our minds right now. We don't even know if well, they could pull through this. They're tough. For right now,
See,
though, we gotta focus on making sure this doesn't happen again. We gotta figure out what happened to Nimi.
you see that that's the kind of forward-thinking attitude that should be adopted far more often.
So we got into this whole situation because I don't know how magic works. You, Axie, Vidal, you guys are the magic guys. Yeah, when Nimi's not around. Is there anything you can, I don't know, glean from the situation? Some kind of sign. You guys were there. You saw what I saw.
Can we tell what happened just based on what we saw?
Roll me a disadvantage Arcana
Hell yeah.
if you're proficient.
I'm not proficient.
Then you would not know. And
I
Torque
mean,
rolled the
like-
other one unconscious, so he doesn't know either.
Ruben, I appreciate the vote of confidence. I mean, if you think about it, they do say music is its own form of magic. I don't really think what just transpired before us can really be added to a musical number.
That's fair, I guess. Gods, I don't understand magic.
Oh, I barely do either. I just sort of say words and, people just sort of give me free drinks and it's really nice.
I wanted to point it out that Torko's just been listening to this entire conversation with a look like, what kind of flim-flammery is this?
Hmm?
No,
Oh,
I'm not
right, you're
saying I'm not saying in character. I'm saying that's what the look he has in his face right now. He's hung around a lot of bars and taverns. He knows a name pattern when he hears it.
Oh, how about you? Do you have any insights as to why our friend here was glowing golden like some newborn goddess?
I don't know magic at all, really. The only magical thing I have is this eye. Uh, if I had to make an educated guess, I would say possession of some kind. I don't know. Was wasn't Nimi talking with a deep voice when she attacked us?
Oh, I just thought she needed a lozenge, but yeah, I did notice that as well.
I don't think it was Nimi who was attacking us. Just someone wearing her like a skin suit.
Hmm. Are you familiar with this by any chance, Ruben? Has
Ruben
she
brings a
done this
hand up
before?
to his neck as he kind of rubs it a little with a hurt expression on his face. This sort of thing did happen once before when they were unconscious. Me and Vidar and Barley, we were trying to do a little bit of a jape, a jest, and something of Nemi's reached out and strangled me. Not with like the hands or anything, just like weird magic energies.
Hmm.
At first, I thought it was
So,
just like irregular powers or something. That, like I said, I do not understand magic at all. But
hmm.
now, uh, when that happened, I remember like faintly hearing her say under her breath, like, "Don't hurt them." What gives her magic? I've been around to the longest out of the group, and I have no goddamn clue.
I mean, we could always ask her when she wakes up, hopefully.
If she wakes up. No one else concerned that Nimi ain't breathing.
Well, normally I would be, but she's kind of a special case.
Oh, does she have a condition? Does she have
Kind of.
asthma?
What do the others call it? Like, she's got like, cold skin, pointed teeth, drinks blood.
Would Torkel know anything about vampires enough to know that that's what Nimi probably is, or would he immediately just assume, oh shit, vampire?
Roll me history.
Can I make the same roll? I'm curious. Oh no, I don't know shit.
Torquil, while you haven't heard about Dampiers specifically, you have heard of vampires, which is what this sounds like, save for the fact that she has been out in the sun, which is a little weird.
Is
So
she
she might be
some kind of
sun walking vampire, which is incredibly bad if that's a thing.
is she some kind of mutated vampire that can walk around in the day? I
Uh,
look over at Nimi and back up a little bit.
vampire. That sounds similar to what they said. I think it. Let's see. I think it may have began with a D.
I'm not familiar with vampires at all, or have I at least?
No. You haven't heard.
Okay.
You mean she's a deep-hire?
I'm
A
gonna say
vampire.
yes.
A day-hire. Yes, that's exactly what she is.
Actually, it does sound pretty close to what I heard. So yeah, vampire. We'll go with that for now.
Wait, does that mean she's evil? Was she evil all along?
Look, she's been keeping us all alive pretty well with her magic, so I don't think she's evil.
Hmm.
I know she isn't.
She does suspiciously dress in a lot of black.
Hmm.
It just might be a day pyre. Quirk though, the vampires generally dress pretty goth. Maybe it's part of the curse. You suddenly get an interest in the color black and a lot of eyeshadow.
So just to recap, 3 people who are currently conscious or aren't preoccupied by keeping other people alive are the people who have no idea what vampires are and are deeply concerned about just going full evil.
We're effectively the 3 least useful people to figure out this shit.
The brain cells are all knocked unconscious.
We're
Yeah,
working
all you got
hard.
are muscle fibers. All you got are muscle fibers.
We're all working hard to put our singular brain cells together on this one.
Now the party can't plan their counterattack.
Figure something out.
I can't wait for that
Okay.
plan. But what's the party gonna do?
So, I mean, how are you? Was Nimi ever in this condition before? You said she was possessed before. Were you able to stir her awake the first time?
Not exactly. Like I said, she was just kind of sleeping at the time, but she wasn't full on possessed. It's just like something something that gives her a magic. I think it reached out and attacked me because I was messing with her while she was asleep. Like kind of a self defense kind of thing.
I don't know much about vampires, but I'm assuming
Is she a day-hire?
okay, vampires, whatever. When was the last time Nimi fed?
At that point, you'll hear a groan. As y'all see, good Vidar has woken back up.
Who?
Vidar.
Oh, the big guy. Hey, how you
Oh.
feeling?
Feel like I got my. Hold on. I want to work on an accent for him. I kind of feel like I got my ass kicked, but I'm not 100% sure.
Damn, and it's a good one too. Well, at least you're up. Or at least awake.
He's gonna try and get out of the bed. Is anyone gonna stop him?
No. You do get you see one of the nurses watching you, but you get this distinct feeling as long as you don't leave this room, you're not going to get your ass kicked by a nurse with a rolling pin.
All right. That's what the important fact.
Yeah, lean on me if you're feeling unsteady.
I think he'd fall over if he tried that. You're come to his like his knee.
I get Norwegian vibes from Vidar.
I'm trying some kind of accent, it might stick, it might not.
You're good. Yeah.
I mean, coming up to
So
his knee means that Ribbon's the perfect walking cane.
That's horrible.
Anyway,
so what happened? How long was I out?
Torque will like look outside at the sun to see how much time has passed since Vidar got knocked out by the nurse.
like an hour.
Oh, about an hour or so.
Oh, okay, not that long. Good.
It hasn't even reached
Hey.
noon yet.
Let that be a lesson to you, Vidar. Don't fuck with nurses.
If I gained anything from my mother, it was her stubbornness.
Oh, I got that from Vidar.
My dad was very easy. I'm almost going Scottish, goddamn. My dad was very. My dad was very. Jesus Christ, I'm sorry, I'm laughing. My dad was very easygoing. He was the one that would always knock my mom out.
You could go Scottish. Furbolgs
Yeah,
are like
Or if a little adjustment, you could go Irish.
So what were we talking about anyway?
oh, I'm trying to figure out when was the last time Nimi fed. Did you know she is a vampire apparently?
Or a Daypire.
Daypire, whatever.
Seeing as I've only known this group for about 2 days, no, I did not know.
Wait, I just realized something.
Hey,
We have a Daypire right here, and we're trying to figure out how to wake her up so that we can get some answers, right?
that's the crux of it.
And we are currently in a medical building with a bunch of bloody rags.
Are you thinking of feeding Nimi the blood of our companions? The foul taint blood that's been soaking in rags and could possibly be infected.
Does she have any standards?
I think
She
the
does
only thing
have
I've ever seen.
You hear
she does have
the
things like that. Oh, go ahead.
you hear the little owl bear cub that's sitting on Nimi's chest with both of their front arms still in cast start to hiss at you. Lunaretta.
It's all
I
right.
think-
She has something for this. It's
Mhm.
this little like dessert, gooey sort of thing that I think has blood mixed in it. What they call it,
Oh,
like
those what did she call it? The pudding cups. Hey.
yeah, the pudding cups.
Ooh.
As she should
Oh, so
still
it's
have some
blood
on her
pudding.
chest. We can use one of those.
Oh, okay. We just pop a few in. Yeah, yeah. Good idea. Where does she keep them?
Let's see. I assume Nemi's bag is off to the side of her bed.
Nobody ever took it off. It's still slung over her shoulder, so nestled next to her hip, and the little owl bear is hissing up a storm as y'all approach.
Torque
Yeah, I was
will reach out with a comment. He is a little one. We're just trying to help your master here. Don't worry.
It snaps at your hand, its sharp beak, reminding you that this might be a cute, fluffy little thing named Fluffy, but it is still an owl bear cub.
Is there any way to tell if Vidar would know if trying to feed someone who is unconscious is a dumb idea?
The solids would be a very dumb idea because they can't swallow.
It
we're
might not
slowly-
be a good idea to feed them while unconscious. They don't really have the ability to swallow.
Or putting
Oh!
solid. It's a colloid.
Torquil's gonna remember that. Didn't the Reuben before they left leave a bottle for all of us? Maybe that
Barley
bottle
not
for
really.
Nib. Oh yeah, sorry. Barley left a bottle for everybody. Everybody.
Yeah, let's. It does seem like the sort of thing they do, leaving a little bit of blood in in Nimi's alcohol. Yeah, at the very least, we can use it as like a smelling salt or something.
Hey. Torquil's gonna look around. Do I see the bottle?
Oh yeah, it's sitting on one of the tables nearby.
Torquil's gonna reach out and grab it.
Okay.
He's gonna open it up and take a sniff of it.
Let me go check.
Does it
what
smell like-
he actually left?
They said Nimi special sauce.
One more second. Da-da-da-da.
The bloodshine.
Yeah,
it
it does have a little bit of
bloodshine.
deceptive blood in it. Smells like copper.
Yeah, so some weirdo did make blood based alcohol. Yep.
Ugh. I can't say I like the nose of that, but maybe Nimi will. And Torquil is going to like wave the end of the bottle, the open end underneath Nimi's nose.
You see, as you try to get closer, the owl bear tries to snap at you again.
I'll go ahead and cast a minor illusion, like behind me of like a rat, and then Lunaretta will like kind of feign looking down, and then jumping to the side and go like, "Eep, a rat."
You see, the owl bear doesn't turn to look at it at all. It's locked on to the party at large, trying to protect the Nimi.
Yeah,
Ruben
at this
looks-
point. Oh, go ahead, Ruben.
Ruben looks to Linneretta and says, that's a really mean thing to say about Merlin.
What was
Vidar's
it?
going to cast Speak with Animals to see what this little owl bear cub is trying to say.
Don't hurt the nice lady. I'll kick your ass. I might be small, but I am mighty. She helped after Mama went, and now I help her. You will rue the day. Rue the day.
Vidar's not going to translate, but is going to say, the young cub is afraid we're going to hurt Nemi. Perhaps we should back up. It probably would not be best to try and wake her, since it seems she went unconscious for unknown reasons. She'll awake when she is ready.
You could always knock it aside and get it to her if you're that worried, Torquil or Lunaretta. Its front paws are in cast. It's not going to put much of a fight up if you'll remove it.
I maybe awake because there's a lot of shit going on. We need answers. So Torquil is gonna say, "Sorry, we glitter. Don't worry, I'm not gonna hurt your mama." And Torquil's gonna grab Fluffy by the scruff of the neck and lift him up.
Traitors! They tried to hurt the nice lady. No.
Ow, ow! I'm sure he's like trying to scratch at my arm right now.
They can't. Its front paws are in casts. It's trying to snap, but you have him by the scruff.
All right, so Torquil like holds him out and like waves the bottle underneath Nimi's nose.
You see,
Ruben's
she
gonna
starts
say
to
to
move a little bit.
Torquil.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
You see Nimi's body starts to writhe a little bit as the head kind of moves left to right.
Yeah, Nimi, that's it. Well,
Ooh, it's working. It's working.
Ruben's gonna say, Torquil, be cautious though. Remember, like, when I messed with her while she was sleeping, like, that shadowy, like, force reached out and choked me, so, be cautious.
I believe in you, Torquil.
Hey, maybe one of you want to take the weak critter, so I have both hands ready.
Vidar will come up and grab the owlbear cub so that it does not get hurt and apologize to it.
It's just like my mama went. No.
I really think we should wait for Nimi to wake up on their own.
Torquil, it's at
Nah,
that point
it's
you see
fine,
Nimi's eyes start to flutter.
Torque was like leaning over the bottle, still like close to her nose. Nimi, is that you?
And then she moves at blinding speed and crushes the front of your throat with one hand. You feel like a bear just got a hold of you by the throat as you can no longer breathe at all. And you see the eyes open, still that pure, deep black. And you see a twisted smile appear on Nimi's face as she starts to get up, you being lifted off your feet as she almost seems to grow a little bit taller. And right as she goes to speak, something golden smashes into her chest and slams her into the wall. As the rest of the party has noticed, Axie has suddenly sit back up and has that golden aura again, and is pumping energy into Nimi. You can, Ruben, from your medical training, you can see the flesh on her arms are starting to burn.
Well, this isn't good. Ruben's going to make his way over to, near where the beam struggle is going on. Axie, you in that, kid?
She is totally focused, her jaw moving as if speaking a spell, but no words are coming out as far as you can tell, as she is pumping more and more, and her skin is turning paler and paler until it is, once it gets to its palest, it starts to blacken. As what it normally looks like when she's in trouble, gold scales tend to appear, as you can see those scales starting to crack and burn.
Ruben
You
looks
hear
over the
a
portal.
screech at that point, and suddenly everything stops. There's 3 heartbeats where you can look around. Ruben, nobody else is moving. The energy has stopped. It's in front of you still, pouring out of her in a way, but as if trapped in a single moment. And it's in that moment you see a small yellow bird land on your shoulder. It gives you a little tweet.
Tell me, please, what can I do to help them? What can I do to keep people from dying again?
You see the little bird shake its head before fluttering over to Axie, and you see the golden beam expand, blast Nimi back into the bed, and suddenly it's gone. Nimi is slightly smoking on the bed, and Axie is still sitting up, breathing heavy. You can see blood running out of her nose and out of her mouth. But the golden aura she had before is gone.
Kid, Nimi, Torquil.
Yeah, what's Torquil's condition right now? Like, was he released when actually blasted me?
You didn't get, until she went back to the bed, you were still in her grip, and nothing you did could pry those fingers apart until she got knocked fully down to the bed, and then you were released. So you're kind of laying on the floor next to the bed.
That sucked. Oh, you could hear like the how painful it is to talk from the crushed windpipe, not feeling good. What happened?
Ruben, you can see there's a significant amount of bruising starting to form on Torquil's neck, and they look like bad bruises.
Ruben will head over and reach out, and gently place his hand on Torkel's neck. Just stay still, buddy. Out. Take some deep breaths after this. And Ruben will use 5 Leon hand points to try to help bring the bruising down.
You see the bruise expands as it starts to go through its healing, natural healing, as it expands, turning his entire gray neck almost black and red. Before the edges of it start to fade, turning to yellow as it shrinks just a little. You also hear behind you the owl bear is absolutely losing its shit. It is
Yeah,
taking
Vidar.
both Vidar and Aku to keep that thing from getting on the floor where it can hurt itself.
Yep, Vidar is going to take it over to Nemi and place it on the bed, but keep his hands close so that if it seems like it's going to fall over, he can catch him.
They immediately wobble over and curl up next to Nimi's head, nestled right in the crux of where her neck and her shoulder is.
Yeah, he's going to see if the owlbear cub will allow him to pet them. If so, pet it a little bit and say, "I'm sorry, buddy. I tried to.
You can
You
see
tried
the
to get
little
your
bean.
message across."
The little bean is shaking. No, 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 no. Not again, please, no.
Are there any nurses in the room?
Not at the moment. They're dealing with the injured.
Vidar is going to try and holler out and ask if they can come in. If two can come in here to check on Axie and Nemi.
You see it takes them a little bit to get over there, but they do. But Axie is still sitting up. Her body is slightly smoking and significantly burned. She is forced to lay back down. But you can see, while her eyes are usually a very bright yellowish gold, they are a glowing gold at this point. It's not the entire eye like it was before when the energy was pouring out of her, but her eyes are unnaturally bright.
Vidar is going to watch the nurses mostly whenever they get to go. He wants to ask them something. But before they do that, he's going to say to the group, "Next time I advise we let them wake on their own. Can we please do that?"
Yeah, you were right in this scenario. We rushed it.
Yeah, you were, that was definitely the right call. But looking at the bright side of things, as always, now we know that this will happen next time we disturb Nimi's rest. So all in all, I would consider this a successful experiment.
Torkel's gonna give like a dirty look to the like, listen, Lassie. Next time, you're holding the bottle. Ugh.
The nurses are then, once they're done caring with the others, they are going to tell y'all to get the fuck in the beds, and they will knock whoever else tries to fuck about out.
Vidar will follow their instructions and go to a bed.
As a Torquil, you see a woman that's a little bit squatter than all the rest, but definitely wider. She looks like she is significantly stronger. Come in with a rolling pin ready to knock some fucking heads.
Hey, horrible. You think someone could get me like a cool rag or something? Oh, my throat feels like something like I was it was kicked by a donkey. Oh,
We will deal with your injuries if you lay down.
hey, and Torkel like puts a hand on the wall and then tries to get himself up, It hurt. Like being not being able to breathe would make anyone, even a guy big as him, weak. Ugh. Where's the empty? Fuck it. I'm laying on the ground. I don't get it.
Ruben and Lunaretta, what will y'all do?
Hmm. Are they out of beds or?
No, they're still bed, just not on the ones on the map.
Okay, cool. Well, you know what? This is a lot of excitement, but I think I do need my beauty sleep.
And
How about
oh,
you?
go ahead. Ruben will look back to Axie, eyes still aglow, and he'll give a somber nod of affirmation. He'll pick out a bed that's in a good position that he can keep an eye on both Axie and Nimi if either start to stir again.
Axie's not unconscious, they just pushed her down.
Ruben will address one of the mags then before heading off to bed. Like, is there anything I can do to help?
You can sit down and not cause any more trouble.
Ruben will nod with a guilty expression on his face.
Now sit. We have to care for you. And it is after that the party is looked over. Excuse me. And y'all are allowed to sleep the rest of the day, locked in quarantine here in this room. The next day, the first one that wakes up is going to be not Ruben, not Lunaretta, but Nimi herself. Yes, y'all do get a long rest.
Yeah, ready?
Woo.
So, Nimi.
You just deleted Ax. You just deleted Axie.
Yes, I did.
Is she not there?
When you wake up, you do not see her at the moment.
Slight panic. So Nimi's going to sit up. What's the last thing I remember?
You remember talking to Ruben about a mustache.
So Nimi looks around confused, doesn't see Axie, and and is going to scoop up Fluffy and start looking for Axie.
You see much of the rest of the party is unconscious and heavily bandaged for a fair few of them. You can see bandages wrapped around Vidar's stomach. Aether is still on her chest with her torso bandaged all to hell. You can see there's extreme bruising on Torquil's neck now as well. And you don't remember any of these injuries appearing. Something must have happened while you were asleep.
So Nimi is just thinking, what the hell happened? No.
And it's at that point you see
Is Avani
Ruben.
awake?
Ivani is not awake, but you do see Ruben is stirring. And Ruben, as you
Ruben, you
go ahead.
Ruben, you just hear in your head, Ruben, where's Axie? What happened?
Ruben sits up and holds his head a little bit. Nimi, you're awake. Oh, thank the gods.
Nimi's looking around. She doesn't see Axie, so she's slightly panicked. Everyone's hurt, slightly panicked. Looks over at Avani. Why is Avani asleep?
Avani, she's a... Wait.
She's an elf. Why is she asleep, Ruben? What's going on?
It's a little bit of a of a long story. Yep. Yesterday, after Ruben kind of like catches himself a little bit as he looks to Nimi and her paganist, and I'm going to, if I may, make a GM roll deception check, as Ruben says, we were ambushed. That blue dragon came back and tore up a bit of the courtyard. You got knocked out pretty quickly, so you didn't see what happened.
Alrighty, make a roll, Ruben, and you need
Aw.
an advantage insight
Oh,
from Nimi, as dragons don't bruise people's necks like they did Torquil's.
Ruben, I love you. I love you, bro.
I mean, they could. A tail strike to the throat would do that, right?
Save
it's
for the fact you
possible.
can see finger marks in your neck where the bruise is. Nimi, you immediately know the wound on Torquil's neck is not that of a dragon.
Uh,
Nimi looks at Ruben and goes, "Then why does Torquil have fingerprint marks on his neck?"
Ruben looks away, ashamed, as he kind of brings a hand up to his own neck instinctively.
You see, once you do that, Nimi looks like she's about to start freaking out and then stop. And you just see her entire face go blank. Ruben, what happened?
Honestly, I was hoping you could answer it better than I can.
Then why lead with a lie?
'Cause I know you. I know how much you care for the kid, and yeah, I didn't want to worry you right after you woke up. Or
Where is
any more than
Axie?
you already were.
Where is she?
Honestly, I don't know. I just woke up and she was gone too.
At that part, you'll see a small golden flame spark into life next to the door. Kind of like a will-o-wisp, but gold.
Looks in that direction.
There's a door behind it.
Wait, like not one of the normal doors?
No, I mean like the normal door, the one right behind you over here.
If you're pinging, I can't see it.
This one here.
Nimi's gonna go open the door.
You see the light
Ruben
disappear.
Ruben will immediately throw off the covers and hop out of bed.
Nimi's gonna go step through the door.
You see another one appear just next to the bottom of this staircase.
Is that guard there?
Yes, there are about 20 of them there.
Are they gonna stop me?
Nope, they nod to you. Good to see you back up, ma'am. You as well.
He
They nod
nods.
to Ruben. We thought the West.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Uh, we're doing good. I need to follow Nimi. When the other starts to send them our way.
There's a nod. But Nimi, you see another one appear. Still can't see my thing. Over here on the second staircase.
Nimi, wait up.
She'll stop briefly. Nope. I just fighting for my life with a damn fly.
Those damn flies. As you rush up, you see Bonnie and Axie standing at the edge of the keep wall. Axie leaning against her elbows while Bonnie has her back to the city at large and is facing the interior of the keep.
Kid, thank God you're all right.
Of course I am. What else would I be? She turns and gives you a grin, despite the many bandages covering her wrists, her forearms, and her shoulders.
Are these well-known injuries that I recognize?
No. Ruben
Okay.
recognizes them because it's where she got burnt.
Okay. Axie, what happened?
Not fully sure. But things went a little topsy-turvy. How are you feeling?
Everyone's hurt. I don't remember what happened.
That doesn't surprise me.
And with that, Nimi gets the confirmation she needs. And just goes, not again.
It wasn't as
No,
bad this time.
this time it wasn't your fault, Nimi. This was because I did something stupid.
It's never Nimi's fault. Not directly, anyway. Nimi's going to like blaming herself, but it was a stressful situation when her shields were down.
I know better. I would have kept better control.
Maybe. But nobody died this time.
That Ruben perks up a little bit as he looks in Bonnie's direction. Bonnie, you're alive too.
You see, she shrugs. I can take more of a beating than that.
Oh, thank the gods.
Nimi just kind of looks around and like looks down towards the medical bay and goes, I don't understand. These are friends. I've only ever attacked anyone when I was in danger.
Suppose that can be how it was seen. A form of danger with Ruben forcing an issue. Things are on the edge of escalating. With everything that's happened, your mental defenses probably aren't as strong as they used to be, Nims. They need time to rebuild. And with them still weakened after everything that happened, well, the walls weren't hard to break.
Danger. I would never. Ruben kind of catches himself again and then looks down in shame. It was my fault, wasn't it?
No, you'd never hurt me. I know you'd never hurt me. Not unless there was a actual reason to do so.
But
You're a good
that's not what
person, Ruben.
matters. From what I've had to guess, the adrenaline started pumping, which means you aren't launching your defenses, which means weakened as they are, he could break them. He was looking for an excuse if I had to bet.
An excuse to what? What's the point?
I don't know. Maybe show us who's in charge. Maybe just hit us when we're
If
down.
that's the case, Nimi kind of snorts. Yeah, show us who's in charge. Sure.
Nimi, kid, I'm not owed it after everything I did that caused this, but I gotta know, what is this thing? Like, it strangled me. It strangled Torquil. Why is it doing it to us when it could be doing it to our enemies? Why is it doing it to us at all?
I don't know. It's never. He's only ever done anything like this when I've been in danger. Like actual danger. I don't know what he could possibly. You guys have been nothing but helpful in trying to keep me alive.
Ruben, He tightens his fist a little bit as he says, "Does this when you're in actual danger, but didn't do it when we were in the mines. It didn't do it when the dragon attacked. What does it consider actual danger that makes it?"
When you say the dragon attack, Nimi kind of flinches.
I'm sorry, I must have spoken out of turn again.
No, you're just not correct. He did intervene during the dragon. I'm not the one that made that arrow fly true. The ballista bolt fly true. It was broken. It was gonna miss. I asked him to help, and he did.
So
Danger isn't the only place I've seen him intervene either. I wasn't sure because I wasn't quite sure what I saw, but I'm pretty sure now that he's intervened in other situations as well. There's times when Nimi's eyes grow distant and dark, but not fully like they did. It was when we were at a bar. We were hunting for somebody, and somebody thought they'd take advantage of Nimi and tried to proposition her. I think he was going to put something in her drink, but the look he gave her, or she gave him, it was. Well, if looks could kill, that would have.
Nimi's gonna start fidgeting with the ring that's on her finger.
Ruben will look to Axie and say, "Speaking of eyes, when Nimi, no, when the thing that gives Nimi her power, it lashed out at us. You stopped it. And again in the medical bay, I don't know the first thing about magics, but you and Nemi, you both got some kind of powerful stuff going through you.
I've got
Just
dragon's
tell
blood.
me, is it?" Yeah, that's pretty powerful stuff. Look, if this happens again, there's gotta be something I can do to stop it. There's something any of us can do. Please, just let us know for the future.
So far, the only thing I know that works is overpowering Nimi with magic. Flooding her with so much that the other side can't get in. Effectively blot him out and force him out. If you can blind your enemy, you can push them off the cliff. It's a similar concept. That's why myself, Bonnie, and Merlin poured as much energy as we could together and shot it into Nimi.
Nimi's gonna look at Bonnie. How did you know that would work?
I gave her a heads up that something weird might happen. There's a nod from Bonnie. Merlin managed to parse it out by seeing what happened. He's a smart individual, especially for a mouse.
That he is. I'm glad you said something to Bonnie.
I'm just glad when Naxie got thrown, it didn't break her back.
Nimi chokes. I'm sorry, what?
You see Axie wince.
What do you mean thrown? I know that you normally get a bit scruffed up in these situations, but I've never hurt you that bad.
Well, this is the first time since I proved I can do it. He knew to get me out first this time. Tried to get me away. So before I knew it was happening, he struck me in the chest.
Nimi is going to look like she's about to lose her shit again, and then collects herself. She's gonna just hold Fluffy tight.
Fluffy nuzzles into your stomach. And you're just like, I am Fluffball. Yay! We should probably go down and check on the others, yeah? You should be waking up soon.
Yeah.
Should I, or should I just leave?
And what good would that do for you? We have work to do, Nimi. You're just gonna run away from it?
Nimi looks down. I don't want to hurt anyone, Maxie. It was one thing when it was people that were trying to spike my drink or corner me in an alleyway. These are my friends.
You actually see Bonnie smile. Well then, the safest place you can be is with me.
Raises an eyebrow.
Your patron's a fool. And he made a mistake. As you see, she pulls up what looks like a small vial.
What's that?
You see, it looks like blood. But not like any blood you've ever seen. It almost seems to shimmer.
Nimi tilts her head.
Once I started pouring energy into Axie, he tried to not nix me off before Merlin started. He was in a bit of a rush and didn't see the gun that caught him in the head. He can bleed, which means he can be stopped.
Well then. I looked at Ruben. I guess that means that Bonnie's becoming a fixture in our party.
She wasn't already? Urban says with a little bit of a smirk.
I mean, normally we have her go off with Toshinori and split the party that way, but if Bonnie can actually help stop him, better she stays with us.
Hmm.
I agree. The
We'll have
closer I stay to you, the more I'll be able to understand if he tries this shit again. And I have a better understanding of the magics at work than Axie does. I tried looking into it, and it's out of your field. You're better with explosions. Yeah,
That's very good with explosions.
they're very good explosions. No,
That they are.
come on. If everybody's up to it, we have a camp to storm.
And
Yeah.
I apparently have people to apologize to.
Well, that reminds me, we may have to leave sooner than expected. I don't know how warm of a welcome we still have here after everything.
I thought you said I didn't kill anyone. Looked at
You
Axie.
didn't.
No one's dead. Well, that old man outside is, but that wasn't because of us. That was because he had a heart attack after dropping a cabbage on his head. Totally unrelated incident.
Also, fair. As we're walking back, Nimi is going to look at Bonnie and go, "Do you know wait, Avani's asleep?"
No.
That's concerning. She
If I
shouldn't
had
be
to
asleep.
guess, your boy decided to spike her so she couldn't do anything.
Then why is she still asleep?
Same reason Toshinori and them are out.
Nimi's waiting for an explanation.
They don't have the same magical protections wizards have. Wizard is another casters. Merlin should be the first one up out of a group of them.
Nimi will nod.
Axie's gonna come down. As Bonnie gets down, I'm going to check with Escobar, see if Keith and the others came back yet. I'll be back momentarily.
All right. Nimi will nod.
You rally the forces?
More like apologize profusely, but yes.
Whatever gets them moving. She is going to break off and head towards the gate. Axie is going to come in, the first one, and plop down on her bed, as with Nimi and Ruben behind her. Lunaretta, Vidar, Torquil, and Merlin have all woken up by this point.
I feel like as soon as Torkel will have woken up, he will have like headed outside. Not like it just like dunked his head in the water to the pool of the bruises and just cure without just to shake himself awake, basically.
Fair. You're back in the room again by the time the others come back in.
Oh, you're all awake. Good.
Yeah, it's been a little bit of a rough night, but you know, we all made it towards the dawn.
That
I have been
is. Oh,
I have been made aware that I owe some an apology.
You're fine. I do have one question though, and it's something that I really need answered.
Which is?
Are you a vampire?
I
Oh
think the
yeah,
word you're look. What was that, Ruben?
there was a little bit of debate on what you were like. I know we called you something similar to a vampire before. It began with a day or with a D, so we went with Vampire.
Well, the closest thing to what you're the phrasing you're using would be a daywalker, which is a vampire that can walk in the sun. That being said, I'm a dampier.
That's the word.
oh,
A
right.
vampire.
I knew that.
Ah, never heard of them. Good to see you up and about.
Uh, actually, that.
I'm
Oh, sorry. Go on.
put it this way: a dampier is similar to a vampire. Um, Granted, there's, for lack of a better term, different flavors of it. I require blood to sustain myself, like those vampires, but there are others that require other things.
Like different bodily fluids.
Some, yes, some also eat dreams.
Vampire.
We call them dream eaters, but close enough.
So I know Nimi just explained what a vampire is, but can Vidar can I try and roll for the Vidar to see if he's ever heard it before now?
Yay! Roll history.
History? Where is it? There it is. I actually have proficiency in history, but it's only 11.
Oh,
Not that you ever heard of. Not something you're familiar with.
Okay. Yeah. Vidar's just sitting on his bed, crisscross, applesauce, and just is tilting his head while his tail is swinging back and forth, kind of like an inquisitive cat.
Vidar, can I get a perception check from you as well?
Certainly.
You briefly see what looks like a purple tail slip under Toshinori's bed from under yours.
He is going to immediately slide off of his bed and try and look under the bed.
You see by the time it's down there, it's gone.
you're just going to hear an inquisitive little, like, merp chirp kind of thing come from him, and he's going to just, like, walk around to see if he can see anywhere that it might have disappeared to.
Roll me a second perception check.
Yep.
You see from underneath Axie's bed, there's a purple claw reaching out and into Nimi's bag.
He is going to try and pounce on it like a kitty cat to try and see what it is.
Nimi, there is a giant firbolg flying through the air at you. And Fluffy.
Nimi's just going to sidestep.
Wait,
Vidar,
ah!
you see
Yeah,
as
Ruben's-
you hit the ground, the claw has something in its hand that looks like a book that jets under the bed.
He's going to try and crawl under the bed to follow it. No explanation. He's just like making weird chirping sounds. I don't know if Furbolgs can make that, but Vidar can.
Actually, he's going to jump
it-
off the bed and get over there as the bed gets almost upended. As Vidar, this is what you see under the bed. It's got a small black journal in its mouth.
Nimi looks at. Oh, I was told his name. What was it?
Damien.
Nimi's gonna look at him and go, Damien, if you wanted a book, you could have just asked.
You hear an
He'll
odd
say that in
muffled
Draconic.
chirp. As Nimi, you notice, the little fucker's got your book of poetry.
Vidar's looking at the purple dragon with his head tilted, making little chirping, inquisitive chirping sounds. At this point, I feel like he's kind of forgotten he can actually speak languages.
You hear the dragon chirping back at you. They're monkey
Can,
chirps.
can Vidar understand what these chirps mean?
They're just kind of like sounds at each other. You chirp, it chirps back. You see it's starting to sidestep this way.
Damien, do you know how to read that book?
They look over at you, Nimi. And then you remember Saphira having said before you left the day before that words were hard.
Damien, do you want me to teach you how to read?
They immediately plop down and put the book in front of you. They look like a dog that's brought the newspaper.
So I think this is the first time Vidar's really seen this book. So Nimi's going to come sit over, and she's going to start like leafing through. And Vidar, this book contains a lot more pages than it looks like it should. As this and the book looks old and weathered, but Nimi eventually comes to a page, and she starts gives like a brief lesson on the different words and how they sound. She'll do basically a Draconic translation.
Fair.
But because she assumed that's probably going to be easier. But Vidar, she's translating a poem about a redheaded elf fighting during the spell plague.
I feel like whenever Nemi starts speaking in Draconic, that's whenever it clicks to Vidar. Oh right, I can actually talk. And he will look at Damien and go, sorry if I hold on. Sorry if I startled you. I was just curious as to what was going on, and yeah,
You get yipped at.
Oh,
You
it
get
was
the
like a yip
distinct
of
feeling.
annoyance.
You get the distinct feeling it's, shh, I'm learning. Shh. And they look back at the book.
No. He droops down in sadness for getting fussed at by a potential new friend.
You hear a voice in your head at that point, Bedar. Please excuse my younger brother. He is excited to learn the words on the pages.
Vidar will park up and then look around to try and figure out where the voice in his head is coming from.
You don't see anything that would go, that's the thing speaking in my head. I know it. It's the creepy floating brain thing that's in the corner of the room.
Fair.
Which there
Do I
is
get
one
the
of, but you
idea?
don't think it's that.
Do I get the idea that I can respond to it back in my head or no?
You have no idea.
He's gonna test it out and just go, it's okay, I probably startled the little fella.
You do not hear a response.
Okay, he will attempt to say it aloud. This time.
I would be careful of her sibling, or his sibling. She's excitable. And I'd watch your coin purse as well.
Tilt his head and go, coin purse? Why would we have to watch that?
Because it's about to be stolen.
He's going to look down at his belt.
As you see a tiny green dragon head, or not a tiny, but a small green dragon head sticking out from under another bed about to steal your coin purse. As soon as it gets seen, it ducks back under the bed.
He's going to look under the bed and go, it's okay, new friend. Hello, how are you?
They suddenly charge, jump on your head, and try to swipe at your coin purse again. I need a acrobatics check to try to avoid.
Okie dokie.
It gets your coin purse and it starts running with it.
No. He's going to follow. Wait, come back.
They're going to jump
I
on the
need
table
that.
behind Torquil, keeping Torquil in between you and it.
Torque will get a giant fur bulk to start climbing him.
Jesus.
I'm
So,
sorry,
see-
Vidar is so immature.
As Vidar goes up, the dragon goes back right around Torquil's ankle.
Oi, what's this all then?
Stole my coin purse, my money. As I feel like Vidar will fall off of Torquil to try and catch the green dragon.
And as you fall, it opens its wings, flap once, and launches itself into the air and lands on Torquil's bald head.
As Ruben is watching the scene from, the door frame, can I make a quick, let's see, would it be history or nature check to know about dragons and their hordes and whatnot?
Oh, that's just common knowledge. Dragons have hordes.
Okay, yeah, Ruben kind of seeing what's going on here. He's gonna reach into his own coin purse and take out 5 gold pieces as he holds them up in the air. Hey, over here! Come on, over here!
Immediately snaps over.
All right, you see the shinies? You want to add to your horde? Yeah, you see the shinies?
They're
And
watching.
he's going to toss them to the other side of the room.
They are going to drop the bag and dive after the coins.
Vidar will try and snatch his coin back.
As I have to
Do I
remake
currently have?
the old dragon horde page.
Do I currently have a dragon on my head?
Yes, or you did a second ago. It just jumped off. It's now all the way over here.
You don't have to
re.
you don't have to remake the horde. You just have to edit it.
Do I have it somewhere?
Yeah, it's with the dragon.
Oh, they do.
You do need to get rid of the ambush drake though.
Yeah. Or do I?
I am not above adopting another ambush drake for Keith.
We just need
I'll
to
take-
find him first.
I'll take a dragon.
Ambush drake.
But yeah, there is a dragon's horde that y'all can see.
I see.
By the way, thank you, Ruben.
No problem. Being something of a demi-dragon myself, I understand the appeal that shiny things have over one.
You say they charge over, even Damien goes with them.
Speaking of, I don't see Damien in the dragon tab.
We didn't save him last time round, which is why we only saved the 3.
And now
So
that
he
has
did-
been
Where did I find
rectified.
the dragon horde, actually? I'm
It's
trying to
under the
look in
dragons
notes.
tab.
Which is under summons and NPCs.
Oh god,
Oh,
Damien
there
looks
it
so much
is. Okay,
better than
thank
his
you.
official art.
Yeah. But you see the dragons are all chirping over there, having a conversation of some kind in their heads.
Nimi's gonna put her journal away. We need to get ready to go. We have a place to storm.
Right. Yes. Going down to business as soon as possible. But if I may, I do have a question.
And what's that?
So, I do not mean to inadvertently open any old wounds, but there is one matter that I feel has been left unresolved, and that is, do you or do you not have a magic quill in your possession?
And Nimi's just going to pinch the bridge of her nose and goes, "No, Lunaretta, I do not." And is then going to promptly look at Ruben and go, "Ruben, do you want the actual truth? Because I
Oh my
didn't
gosh,
tell you,
yes, I completely forgot. Yes, please.
But Nimi goes, "I didn't tell you because I knew you were gonna freak out. Do you want to know, or would you rather not know?"
Ruben kind of pauses for a second, then goes, I will temper my response.
Please do. The sheep kidnapped you in the middle of the night and performed a ritual.
I assume it's at this point that Ruben turns around, sees the one like right behind him.
Yep.
Cat! And he's gonna leap up into Lunaretta's arms, Scooby-Doo style.
Hmm.
Does Lunaretta catch
she's
him or
gonna-
drop him?
She's going to catch him.
Surprising.
And the reason why is that she's gonna look almost deviously at Ruben and then back to the sheep. And then she'll say, if you tell me how you managed to do that little trick of yours, I'm willing to make a trade. And then she's gonna kind of move Ruben a bit closer to the sheep.
What?
The
Hey,
sheep
no,
opens
don't try
their
to those.
spiral drill-like mouth and starts sucking.
Oh, okay, not like that.
Nimi's gonna start giving it Eldritch Blast.
It eats them happily and then trots off.
Oh. damn it.
Ruben like immediately looks towards Lunaretta with a very like hard look as he says, "You were gonna feed me to that thing."
I thought it was going to, I don't know, baw at you. What do they usually do at you?
They eat me.
Well, you are looking very uh intact for someone who has been repeatedly eaten.
That's what she said.
Yeah, I'm hardy like that.
Now what am I gonna do with this? She's still holding on to Ruben.
I mean, you could put him on the bed.
That's what he said.
Oh, oh, how uncouth! How could you, Ruben? As she'll drop you in a very dramatic fashion.
Yeah.
Uh, so
Nimi's
what was it?
gonna, yeah, Nimi's gonna look around. Where's Barley and Radiford?
At that point, you'll hear Bonnie re-enter the room. Sorry, it took me a little bit longer than I expected.
Is everything all right?
Just getting caught up on what's been going on.
What's been going on?
Getting reports from the field.
Fair enough.
Sounded like you were asking for what happened to Barley and Radiford.
Correct.
Radiford has been recruited by Nighthill to assist with some research into the going-ons around here and the group that has been attacking. As for Barley, I believe he got a call from his god.
I see. All right. Nimi's actually gonna go step over by Avani before we totally get ready. Not Bonnie, Avani, and see if is she just still just completely passed out.
Yes.
Nimi's gonna look at Bonnie. Do we know how long it's gonna be until they wake up?
For her, no. From what I understand, she took a rather serious spike. It takes a lot to bring her down, even in her state.
And what
As for
about
the
the
others,
others?
they should be up within the hour. It's at that point, Nimi, you hear Saphira's voice in your head. Are you going somewhere?
Nimi will telepathically respond back. We're gonna storm the. We're gonna go storm the uh encampment,
Which encampment?
the one that we were held prisoner at.
The kidnappers.
Nimi will confirm.
Then would you allow us to escort you?
Nimi tilts her head back and forth, and then telepathically responds, "That'll probably be for the best."
Good. I believe there are eggs that are still in those diabolical fools' heads. They must be recovered before more bad things happen. As you put it, they are sacrificed.
Nimi will nod and then turn to Ruben and go, "Ruben, we need to be ready to head out at the top of the hour when everyone's woken up. There's still eggs in that encampment."
Ruben, he punches his other hand as he gets a little bit of a grin on his face and says, "I'm ready to go as soon as you need me."
Vidar will perk up at the mention of eggs and go, "Babies? They're going to hurt babies?"
If we have anything to say about it.
They have already hurt babies. And Nimi will look back towards where the dragons are.
You see they are all standing up and shaking themselves, stretching their wings. You see the green one has lowered themselves to stretch like a cat, while Damien is stretching his wings up above him. It looks like Saphira and the Topaz Dragon seem to be having some kind of conversation, as they seem to be the two leading the group.
Vidar will snarl at that information and go, all right, time to kick some ass.
And it looks like we are all in agreement that we're all ready. And you know what? I'm just going to say it. I have a feeling that this little adventure of ours is going to be excellent. And then she'll like sort of
Boom!
applause.
Vidar just tilts his head.
Luna
They'll make
Reddit,
us scramble without you.
you hear in the back of your head, if you do anything to harm those eggs, I will burn your soul alive. So take heed. I have lost enough, and I will not be losing more.
That is very fair. I didn't realize that a pun was that sort of a topic for you. Anyway.
Nimi's
Uh,
going to look at you, Loretta, and go, do keep in mind
mhm.
that while they might speak telepathically, and normally in Draconic, they do understand common.
I feel
Not
as
only
if.
that,
Mhm.
not only that, but they're dragon. Wormlings at that. They're not going to understand a pun. They've yet to be taught.
That is very fair, and uh, I don't know why, but some part of me is, uh, I feel like that was very vital information for me to know somehow. Huh? Weird.
It's at that point you'll see the dragons attempt to open the door over there. Their claws aren't very good at it.
All right, we're gonna need some help with someone with opposable thumbs.
You see something weird does happen to Damien, though. As Damien starts to roll his shoulders and start to shake. As then you see him start to rise.
Hmm? Is he figuring out good posture or
As you see a small boy stands up, maybe about 8, and runs over and starts struggling with the door. It takes him a little bit, but he does get the door open and darts outside, the other 3 dragons darting after him.
what the what did I just see?
Oh my god, he's so cute.
Nimi looks at Ruben and goes, you do realize that all dragons do have a humanoid form, right?
No, I didn't know that. Why
I
would they
mean, it
want to look human? I mean, the dragons.
Adventurers have a habit of
blend in.
killing adventurers. Or adventurers have a habit of killing dragons.
Not only that, but if you look at the silver dragons, I mean, they have a tendency to integrate in with elves. They tend to find them fascinating. You'd be
Huh.
surprised how many silver dragons forget that they're actually silver dragons and continue to live way longer than normal elven lives.
Well, you learn something new every day.
Did you also know that every draconic race has a little trick?
I mean, I got my little bit of fire, but other than that,
Lunaretta's gonna do a minor illusion of like a human face over her muzzle.
oh god, that is uncanny.
I have no idea what you're talking about. This valley is super canny.
Next one.
The party would like to do before you're ready to head out. As Aether and Toshinori do both wake up, ready to rejoin the fight.
Does Merlin not?
Merlin's been up for a while. He's been chilling.
Okay.
He was awake
one
when y'all
thing,
came down.
Okay.
one thing Ruben will do before we head on out, he'll go up to Nimi and say, "All right, I'm gonna be very calm about this, very polite, because I don't want a repeat of yesterday. Could you please negotiate with the sheep on my behalf to make my face look like my face again?"
I will try and negotiate with them, Ruben.
You actually noticed, Nimi, that he doesn't have the mustache or monocle anymore.
Oh, well, in that case, Nimi will go, like, actually take a look at you, Ruben, and go, it's actually gone. I think it was temporary, Ruben. And Nimi
Wait.
just kind of, like, reaches a hand out, but doesn't touch you. She's got, like, a questioning look on her face.
Wait, it's gone? I'm back to normal?
May I?
Yeah, sure.
Nimi's going to, like, just gently, and unfortunately for you, her hands are ice cold, is going to, like, move your face around, just kind of look where the mustache and the monocle were at those scales, just trying to see if there's any, like, residue of the figure out if it's, like, actually gone or if it's hiding from her.
It's good. It's gone.
If you said anything other than it's good, it's gone, you super cut out.
That's all I said. It's good. It's gone.
Okay. Okay. Also, Vidar wants to go get see if a guard can help him get some chef tools.
They inform you that if you stop by one of these shops, somebody should have them about.
I just didn't know if we'd be passing by any.
Yeah, you'll be going
while we're
past them as
heading
you
out.
leave city. They will cost you a total of 1 gold piece.
Okay, great. You are cutting out.
Welcome back.
Oh, I didn't go anywhere. Now I've
You did
gone
mess up.
somewhere. But yeah, y'all are able to grab that. And you are informed afterward, as you are leaving with Bonnie, that y'all's best course of action at the moment is to first go to the fallback point for their forces and meet up with Sizzlewick, Keith, and Plewy.
Fair enough. Hey, Bonnie, have you heard
Yes?
anything from that guard, not Brian, the one that helped us escape? I
From
didn't
what I
catch his
understand,
name.
he's severely injured but stabilized.
Okay, I'm glad he made it out.
What about that black dragonborn we were escaping with? Any sight of him?
He's disappeared the last day.
Uh, that's a shame. I wanted to talk to him, but mm, given what's to come, maybe it's for the best.
Based on what's already happened, we're following the exact path I believe he followed.
Well, maybe we'll run into him then.
I hope so.
There's a lot. And y'all are going to begin moving out. Is there anything else you would like to do before leaving town? You can see the dragon circling high above head.
The only thing Nimi's going to do is to leave an apology note on next to Vonnie's bed. and that if she has any questions when she wakes up that people don't answer, that she'll answer them when she returns.
Fair enough. Anybody else?
Oh well. I did think of one thing, like if there's a weapon shop in town that's open, Ruben needs a replacement spear for the one that they handed off to I'm terrible with names. What was the character before Vidar? Deimos. There we go.
You can pick up a spear, which is pretty common, from the guard for 1 gold.
All right. He'll toss a gold to the guard.
You are left with a spear. It's a little long for you, but it's easy enough to fix.
As we start to leave, like as we're like actively leaving town and get a little ways out, Nimi's going to kind of subconsciously put her hand in her pocket in the attempt to wrap her hand around her holy symbol.
It is gone.
Nimi has a look of confusion flash on her face and starts checking her pockets.
You feel the ring on your hand heat up.
Ruben, you're walking next to Nimi, aren't you?
Yeah, he'd be keeping pace pretty well.
You hear her curse uh under her breath.
Stuff on your mind, I guess in this case on your lips.
My holy symbol's gone.
Wait, yeah. Wait, which one do you worship again?
I don't know. She's gonna pull out a scrap piece of paper and draw the symbol on it
As you go to draw
and
it,
hand
Nimi,
it
you
to.
realize you don't remember what it looks like.
Well, what's it look like? I'm waiting for you to draw it.
I am suddenly unable to remember.
Oh. Well, that ain't good.
No. Everything comes at a price. Nimi's going to cast her eyes up towards the dragon before taking a deep breath and going, "They're safe, so it was worth it."
Let me, can I speak frank with you?
Always, Ruben.
I know that this thing that gives you your magic, it's kept you safe in the past before. Kept jerks from messing with you, from, putting stuff in your drink. But, and I mean this in the best possible way, I'm gonna find a way to kill it. Because you don't need it anymore. If something bad happens to you, you got us to rely on now.
Nimi looks at you, Ruben, and goes, "I never wanted him in the first place. At least I don't think I did. I don't remember. If I knew how to get rid of him, I would have already done it by now."
Well, you didn't have our help before. Maybe, you know, 2 to 5 heads put together, we can come up with something. Besides, it doesn't put me too much out of my way. I got a long list of vengeful targets to work through, and it's just another name on the list. Well, not really a name, because we don't know it's... you'll get what I'm talking about.
I do. Nimi stopped it, not stopped walking, but is thinking for a moment. Hey, Cece, is that high enough to put two and two together?
Or what?
I will message you real fast. Okay. N- Nimi is going to school her facial expressions, Ruben,
Hmm.
as at this point with everything that's been said and done, you can pretty much gather that she does this when she's putting mental walls up to keep this fucker at bay. And all she says is, "We're going to need to not go down this line of conversation at the moment, Ruben."
Ruben gives you a nod and uh, does an expression of locking his lips and tossing away the key.
Nimi will nod.
Then, can
Mm,
oh,
No,
sorry,
go
go
ahead.
ahead.
No, you go ahead. She just nods.
Then kind of realizing, oh yeah, like the mental reading and everything, like does the exact same gesture to his forehead.
Nimi's going to take a deep breath, and then she is going to plant herself very specifically in between both Axie and Bonnie.
Fair. Is there anything else the party would like to do before y'all make it to the base camp?
I can't think of anything Vidar would like to do.
And it is several hours.
Wait,
Go.
wait. I'm sorry. Would we be taking a long round? Because I'm going to be doing first chance I get. I'm gonna inspire leadering the.
Oh, you have plenty of time to do that as y'all are walking for several hours.
Cool. Yeah, Lunarad is just playing to the tune of Freebird,
Fair.
and we'll be doing. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Uh, getting it's level plus charisma modifier, so 6 temp.
Nice.
There we go.
But after a good long while, y'all do manage to make it back to the base camp, and you see there's a couple guards moving around, but the most important group y'all see is Sizzlewick, Pleewee, Keith, and even Weisel are out here.
Oh wow, so many
Hey,
small fluffy things plus one small scaly thing.
Two small
What are you
scaly
talking
things.
about? There's two scalies, a goblin,
And a giant weasel.
and a
Oh,
weasel. And a giant weasel.
I was zoomed out. I thought they were. I thought it was fluffy for a second. Okay, never mind.
I mean,
oh my gosh, I never really noticed because they were always like against like all of us big guys, but Weisel is giant.
I
Yeah, they're
mean,
currently bigger than you, Ruben. At this
Hmm.
length, they're probably about 5 feet long.
Yeah, that's rude.
Hey guys, good to see you again.
Oh, looks like you finally made it back. You ready to hit the camp again? You hear from Sizzlewick.
yeah. Any
Is there anything
information?
left of it to it?
Keith just came back with another report. I'll let Pleewee tell him. Welcome back, you lot. It's been a while. I'm glad you all made it safely. You'll be glad to know the camp that the Legion was once using, as well as those damn cultists, have pulled back completely. Well, almost completely, as far as we can tell. He said there's a couple guards and something going on in a cave. But other than that, the camp itself has been deserted.
What about Sayanrath? Any sign of them?
We didn't see him leaving, but we were keeping our distance. He may still be in the cave.
When's the last time you saw him?
We saw him come back from a patrol the other day. It was the last we saw of him.
Timing wise, that matches up with
When y'all
you know,
saw him.
the yeah. Hmm. Hate to cast a shadow on your eyes, but the other day we saw him very close to a potential attack on the town.
It doesn't surprise me. A force of the Draconians showed up and then disappeared around that time as well.
Wait, you know what those things were?
Yes, they usually get in conflict with the Legion.
Well, what are they? They didn't look like dragonborns or kobolds. They kind of look like really fat lizards.
That's one way to put them. They're of dragon blood. They're of closer descendants than either the kobolds or the dragonborns.
Wait a minute. If they normally get into conflicts with the Legion, then why were they attacking?
They were working with the cult as far as we can tell. It seems they brought him in
So,
for something.
That's concerning.
so is the cult and this legion two different entities?
They were at one point, and we hope the Legion is still there. But the Legion seems to be under the cult's banner as well.
What banner are they flying under? Like, we haven't seen. Well, we've been kind of strapped for information ever since this whole thing started.
The cult of Tiamat.
Does obviously Ruben like had that encounter before, but has he actually ever heard the name up until this point?
Oh yeah, they're not super secretive. They're all over the place. Everybody knows it's the dark god of the dragons. But the cult has been quiet for the last couple decades. But if this is them, they're not staying in the quiet as often, or staying in the quiet anymore. If they're pulling stunts like the attack on Greenest, something has to be going on, and their quietness wasn't them getting wiped out. It's instead them plotting something.
Yeah.
Especially if they have
And Master
allies like
Gash,
the Legion and the Draconians.
Ruben says, my Master Gash once told me that if I hear somebody speaking that name, I should steer clear of them.
Well, if
They're
you're going to be running, this would be the time.
not to worry. I'm gonna be doing some running, but this run's gonna be towards them. They can't do that to another town like they did to Green Nest. Not again.
Chances are they're going to be
Certainly
trying
not
it
with
again.
Cyan.
They had quite the force assembled, and most of it's moved on. Perhaps we'll find something in there.
They had eggs. Did you see them leave with any?
Not that we saw. No.
Then let's get in there.
That's a nod. There's a nod. We should probably break into 2 groups, an attack squad and one that's patrolling. Who do you think should come with you? But as y'all think on that decision, and y'all prepare for y'all's assault yet again on this damnable camp where everything went bad for this party. Since that is going to take a while and we're running low on time, I think for this week, that is where we're going to be ending it. Very good job, you guys, and for everybody listening in, I thank you for joining us and hope you're back with us next time. Have a good night.